Hello, and welcome to American Public University System Symposium on Current Science Knowledge in Support of Popular Science Writing. My name is Brandon Kluwat, and my topic is the writing of Silent Spring by Rachel Carson. Rachel Carson was born in 1907. It was apparent that from an early age that she loved to write. She wrote her first article in 1917 at the age of 10 for a popular American children's magazine, St. Nicholas Magazine. She earned a bachelor's degree in biology and a master's degree in zoology from Johns Hopkins University. She became a credible and talented writer while working for the U.S. Bureau of Fisheries as a marine biologist from 1936 to 1949, and was the chief publication officer from 1949 to 1952. Rachel began writing Silent Spring in 1957 after she received a letter from a friend, and it was completed and published in 1962. It was her last publication before passing away in 1964 of breast cancer. Modern ecology was made understandable by the book Silent Spring. This caught the attention of the general public. Silent Spring was the result of a 6-year analysis of the wrongful use of chemical pesticides before knowing what it was capable of doing to the environment. Her thesis states, "We are subjecting ourselves to slow poisoning by the misuse of chemical pesticides that polluted the environment." Over 500,000 copies of Silent Spring have been sold worldwide. The book inspired many people who read it to write to Congress to express their concerns about the misuse of pesticides. This resulted in representatives investigating her claims, which in turn led to new regulations and laws, specifically the development of the EPA in 1970. And in 1972, the Environmental Protection Agency banned the use, import, and export of DDT in the United States. Key themes of Silent Spring were that people shouldn't misuse powerful, persistent chemical pesticides before knowing long-term effects to the whole biota. We should all strive to be stewards of the living earth, and that there needed to be a change in democracies and liberal societies so that individuals and groups could question what their government allowed people to put in their environment. Pesticides like aldrin, chlordane, DDT, dieldrin, endrin, heptachlor, and hexachlorobenzene contain persistent organic pollutants that will remain in the environment for years. Studies have shown that DDT is a persistent organic pollutant capable of staying in the soil for 2 to 15 years or more. DDT has disrupted wildlife population because chlorinated hydrocarbons and organic phosphorus insecticides alter the cellular process of plants and animals. In the U.S., the bald eagle population was decimated by pesticide exposure and was placed on the endangered species list. After DDT was banned in the United States in 1972, it took almost 30 years for the bald eagle population to recover. Egg thickness of the herring gull, peregrines, falcons, and hawks, as well as disease syndrome in gray and ringed seals in the Baltic, are just few examples of the effects DDT still has on the environment. DDT has caused damage to wildlife, birds, bees, agricultural animals, domestic pets, and humans. Rachel pushed for development of laws that protect humans, citizens, from intrusion of poisons applied by other people. The human body is permeable and it is vulnerable to toxic substances. It enters the body and then is stored in fat cells. Rachel argued that some human cancers were linked to pesticide exposure. Research shows that organochlorine insecticides have potential to produce chronic diseases such as atherosclerosis, diabetes, or obesity. In the last 2 decades, it has been discovered that the overuse of pesticides disrupts the endocrine system even at low concentrations. One study even showed breast milk samples from 171 participants in Guerrero, Mexico revealed that high percentage had DDT and all of them had DDE. Rachel went before the Science Advisory Committee under John F. Kennedy to defend her stance and called for new policies that protected humans and the environment from unregulated chemical application. Both the Food and Drug Administration and the U.S. Department of Agriculture were responsible, but did not evaluate or regulate pesticides very effectively, explaining the problem with widespread use before proper testing and registration. She saw the deficiency with current rules and regulation on pesticide use and felt that she had to address it. Carson did not just talk about problems, she also offered recommendations for solutions. As a result of Carson's hard work, several laws were enacted in the U.S., and in addition to this, the Stockholm Convention Treaty was created in 2001. This includes the restriction and elimination of persistent organic pollutants. This treaty contains science-based precautions that account for the restrictions or elimination of harmful substances such as DDT on a global scale. Modern technology is working to identify the effects of DDT through biomarkers. Biomarkers can identify toxic agents that can impact human health. Current science suggests that natural bioagents should be used to control insects and viruses and should be utilized agriculturally instead of harmful pesticides. Additionally, science suggests that more research, development, testing, regulation, and education should be completed before pesticides are implemented. The laws and regulations that followed the call to action by Rachel Carson have greatly improved the chances of human and environmental survival. The development of new technologies will aid to improve positive outcomes if exposed to synthesized chemicals. Thank you for listening.